What up, everybody? How y'all doing? This is Nia's Exposing the Truth here in the flesh. Hoping a few people come in and we get this discussion started. Basically, today, what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk on a few facts and opinions, get you guys' insight on this case. Like to know what you guys think. You know, this case has been stemming for quite a while now, and it's about time we get down to some type of truth to it. So I'm just waiting on, a few little people to come in or whatever. Let's see, we got one viewer so far. Wait till a few people come in. In the meantime, how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everyone's having a lovely evening. Again, I'm Nia Exposing the Truth. I started out as doing what I do Coney, but didn't quite like the name, so kind of changed it up a little bit. I'm in my comfortable stance right now. Um, Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your evening. Hopefully, we get some people to join. But today, like I said, we're gonna touch on some bases here. Going back, I've been looking at this case for over 3 years now, way before I knew a group existed or any of that. You know, um, at the end of the day, we're all human. You know, People make mistakes, things happen. But what I'm not understanding is how can you sit here and say that this baby's death was an accident? I really don't think it was an accident, me personally. Coming from a mother's standpoint, you know, I have boundaries, even for my grown children. I know where they are at all times. I know what they're capable of and what they're not capable of. But it's just this case, it has so many twists and so many turns. You really don't know what to believe. It's kind of hard to believe, but I decided to go live, kind of hoping some people would join. You don't have to be shy. I'm not going to bite. My channel is not about drama. I'm not here to go back and forth with nobody. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Now, I'm going to go back to, I'm going to say maybe a couple of days. I might be wrong. If I am, I do apologize. But we're going to go back to a couple of days before this hotel party. And you had the live video outside with all these guys, few girls, whatever. But if you really pay attention, who was the main focus? Who was the center of attention? If you pay attention to it, all the focus and attention was on Kenneka, but at the same time, people was kind of shunning away from her. Like, to me, kind of made me feel like either something was gonna happen or they knew something was gonna happen. But notice how she walked up, tried to hold conversations, and people got up and walked away from her like they didn't want to be around her, like they didn't know her, who she was. You know, that didn't sit right with me. You got her friends, her so called best friends. You got family. People that claim they was close, they was tight. Well, I'm going to say this. When you go back and look at that video, if you pay close attention and if you listen very closely, you'll see or you'll hear where someone says, she did already. Now, for those that don't know what that means, in gang terms, that means a hit has been put out on her. In regular terms, me as a regular human being, that in my case would make me feel like she's already dead. So if that's the case, then why, who is the girl standing outside? What does that terminology mean? But then we skip from all these different videos and everything that they didn't put up on YouTube. Now, I'm gonna let a lot of people know this. Where everybody's making a mistake, including myself. I had to go back to the drawing board many a times. We're starting at the very end. Ty's video, Irene's video, those are all at the very end of the night. Now, can't nobody put the reenactment of what went on throughout the course of the day, if you get what I'm saying. Because again, Kenneka left the house at what, 11:30? Now, give or take standpoint, coming from the west side of Chicago, going to Rosemont, that's about a good 30, 45-minute drive. I used to live in Elgin, Illinois, and it takes from Elgin, Illinois to Chicago is a good 45-minute ride. Okay, so that means she made it to the hotel at 12:13 instead of 1:13. Pay attention to the timestamps, y'all. Pay attention to the dates. This is a reenactment of what was supposed to happen that night. But how can it happen if allegedly she never made it to the hotel alive? Now, do I believe that? Yeah, I do. I really do. Tell me what you guys think. What you think, how you all feel about this situation. Let me hear you all's input, because you're not going to sit here and tell me, as intoxicated as she was, you're not going to sit here and tell me that she managed to stumble from the room to the elevator. Because now, allegedly, when you listen to the voice recordings in the room, it states that she's not drunk. But all of a sudden, she stepped off this elevator on the lower level. She's stumbling, falling all over the place. What I'm not getting is, how can a person that intoxicated and that drugged up be able to stand? As much as she was stumbling down that hallway, y'all, and I know, she should have fell multiple times. And I do mean multiple times. But she didn't. Let me tell you why she didn't. Because we all know somebody was carrying her. Now, they might have fell with her, but she didn't fall on her own. And if you pay attention to certain portions of the videos, when she's stumbling down this hallway, getting off the elevator, first off, was very suspicious to me, because she didn't get off that elevator willingly. That further lets you know that she was snatched up on the 9th floor. When Monifa and them claimed to have left her in the hallway, They left her in the hallway on purpose because it was all a part of the plan. How do you leave her sitting in the hallway? Why does it take two people to go in a room to search for some keys and a phone? So what, y'all had to split up? One went for the keys, the other one went for the phone. But neither one of y'all to come back with nothing, and all of a sudden she missing. And instead of really going to look for your best friend, Monifa, you went back in the room and you partied as if nothing happened. Did y'all really go look for this girl? After looking at all these videos, don't look like nobody searched nowhere too much to me. Everybody was doing them. That she, for this to be y'all friend, where was everybody at when she needed them? Friends don't do stuff like that to friends. This shit here is ridiculous. All the years I've been on this earth, I ain't never heard or seen the likes of no shit like this. Since when people start sacrificing people? Like, where the fuck did that come from? People better open their eyes. Wake up. Because this shit is real. It's beyond real. It's realer than you can possibly think, or than you can possibly imagine. This organ trafficking, sex trafficking, it's real. We just now getting a whiff of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. This case has been an eye opener. But again, there are so many twists and so many turns to this video, to these videos, to this case, period. I'm trying to figure out, where is this considered an accident at? Because how do you accidentally, intoxicatingly walk into a freezer? I'm not understanding that. And then you got certain videos where you seeing people overlapping in the videos, people that's looking like her, but we know it's not her. Let's talk about how I went on YouTube. I do a lot of searching. Yes, I do a lot of research. Sometimes I don't sleep at night because this case, to me, is very detrimental being a mother. Now, everybody say, get over it. It's an accident. But can we really prove it was an accident? No, we really can't, because there's no proof. Where's the proof? Y'all got videos for everything else. Where's the proof of this baby walking into this freezer? I'll wait. Been waiting for 3 years. Still no proof. Where is it? Where'd it go? What happened? Can anybody tell us what happened to this baby? What really happened to her? What caused all of this? Where did all this stem from? Because how did it go from her spending time with her friends at the movie theater that night to ending up at Rosemont Crown Plaza? I mean, inquiring minds really want to know. They really, really want to know. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. How long has this been planned? And from the looks of certain videos, like the video of her walking down the hallway where the restroom is. Now, I want you to tell me, how did she go from stumbling? But then when you notice in these videos, there's different forms, shapes, and sizes. Now, there's a shadow, plain as day, on the wall with a person with a hoodie on. It's so much to this case that we don't know. Will we ever find out? Probably not. Will this case ever see the light of day again? The world may never know. It would be extremely fucking awesome if it did, but I doubt it. It's going on 4 years now. Just made three. And yet we've gotten nowhere. Nowhere. You got false evidence. You got stuff popping up out the woodwork that probably don't even pertain to this case. What I'm not understanding is, okay, we'll never know what really happened outside of Crown Plaza's doors because allegedly she didn't make it to that hotel alive. So if she didn't make it to the hotel alive, allegedly, who was that walking in the hallway? How many people did y'all really get to play this part? How many lookalikes were there really? Because it seemed to me like everybody had a backup plan for a backup plan. Irene had a lookalike. Hell, Kenneka had multiple lookalikes. So, this is just my opinion, how I feel. But it's time for the truth to be told. Otherwise, we'll forever be wandering. We'll forever be trying to figure out what happened, what went wrong. I'm just, I just, I'm just totally confused. I don't know who to believe, what to believe. I just don't know no more. There's so many twists and turns, so many people involved. You're not going to tell me that at all these people in this room, nobody saw anything, nobody knows anything. But yet you got certain people that's popping up, and they telling certain things that happened at this party. Yeah, true enough, they might be anonymous. True enough, they might be behind a fake page. So what? At the end of the day, we wouldn't know what we know now if it wasn't for these statements being put out. At the end of the day, so feel free, leave a comment, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm new to this, y'all. This is my first live video, so bear with me. I'm new to this YouTube thing, period. But this case just touched me as a mother, as a parent. I have girls. So, it scares me when my daughters leave the house because I don't know what's going to happen. Tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Kenneka will never really get to experience life anymore. That first real job that she wanted, she never even got the chance to see the light of day to start her first day. That baby had goals, and somebody snatched that all away from her. So at the end of the day, you know, life is short, but somebody need to tell what happened at that hotel that night. Because I like how everybody got this. You hear Shemaya's kin to such and such, and she can't be touched, and oh, this person will never be touched, and that person will never be touched, and this, and that. God has the final say so. God has the final word at the end of the day. Justice gonna come sooner or later. With that being said, It's a lot to think about. A whole lot to think about. It's so much missing that we'll never really know the full truth until we find the rest of the missing footage. They're saying it's 36 hours of footage missing. Where could that 36 hours be? Another thing a lot of people don't pay attention to is the fact that you're not going to find all the video footage on the Crown Plaza. Everything on the Crown Plaza is edited footage. They showing us what they don't want us to see. Underneath all that editing is the truth. Will it ever reach a courtroom? Will anybody ever get arrested for it? Probably not. There ain't even a probably to it. But just know, Kenneka Jenkins, we love you. We still fighting for you. And hopefully one day we will see justice for you. Because no matter what you did or what people thought she may have done or how she was, nobody deserves to die like that. The way 19 years old, 19 years old at a hotel party with over 30, 40 something people in the room. So you got so many stories that stemmed. She got there, she was ready to go. So she went outside in the hallway. She wanted to go home. Then, let's see, what's the other one? Oh yeah, she met somebody downstairs and left with him. And we all know that wasn't the real Kenneka. That was the fake Kenneka that walked out them double doors when the security guard picked up the flip phone to let him know the plan is in motion. Just like you see the security guard standing there on his phone, like he was watching everything. I'm not understanding how everybody's sitting here in this office at this front desk, y'all surrounded by nothing but cameras. How did y'all not see this baby stumbling down the hallway? Why was nobody there to protect her? We ain't gonna even talk about the police. That's a joke. That's real funny. Because if you go back into the EVPs that Candace Starr did, she stated the cops was there and they didn't help her. She named a lot of people off in them EVPs. The ME, the coroner, the cops. Hell, I listened to an EVP that said my family was there and they couldn't even say I love you. I just lost for words on that. What I'm not understanding is, why was this case closed so fast, immediately? No, the main thing, and I really need you all's opinion on this. Tell me how y'all feel about this, because it kind of teased me off. When you was presented your child on that gurney, you didn't touch her, you didn't look at her really, from a distance. A real mother would have, I'm not trying to hear nothing nobody's saying when it comes to my child. You just had a blank stare on your face as if to say, who the hell is that? I don't know who that is. But then you run out the room and you go straight out the door. Because, of course, I mean, any parent would be in shock seeing their kid, knowing they just left their house alive and now they're dead. But the question is, my question is, Teresa, where was your remorse? Where were the tears? What happened? Why did you really run out that room? And then you jump straight on Facebook Live and you say, before they even wheeled your daughter out and put her in the ambulance to take her to the hospital, morgue, wherever it is that they took her, you slipped up when you was like, I don't blame the But then you said hotel. You quickly came to everybody's defense. You might as well say you solved the case on the first day. Nobody did nothing to you. Said it specifically out your mouth. Her friends didn't set her up. The hotel wasn't involved. Nobody did nothing to my baby. So if that's the case, then okay, we can see that being an accident. But from the photos that I've seen on YouTube, either she one hell of a strong person, or because where did the blood and shit come from? Her face all bloody, mouth all bloody, hair mangled and matted to her head. She got bruises all on her. That's an accident. That's what you get for accidentally walking in a freezer. I beg to differ on that. Because at the end of the day, there's no excuse for how that baby died. Yeah, I still call her a baby because she's a baby under me. But I look at it as a parent. That could have been one of mine. It could have been anybody's. Now the question is, I'm gonna hit a touchy subject. Kind of makes you wonder, how many was it before that? Like, I've been hearing the rumors that, how all this started was from James Coleman and supposedly some debt he owed, and he had to pay back this debt. So allegedly, Kenneka was the price to pay for that debt. And then you hear about the gang stalking and all the rumors that she supposedly witnessed a murder. And again, you gotta trust who you even call friends these days. Because if that was the case and she told somebody that she could confide in, that was never a friend to begin with. You can see the jealousy. At the end of the day, this baby lost her life for no reason. No unapparent reason at all. And nobody can really explain how and why. There's so many lies, there's so many twists, there's so many corners that have been cut. The videos have been edited so bad that you can practically see right through them now. You really can. But it makes no sense. All of this reenactments, whatever they want to call it. This video reenactment video was done because of what? To put her somewhere where she wasn't to begin with. Because if y'all claiming this is her in that room, we all know that Kenneka loved to be on camera. Why wasn't her face shown? Why don't show her being, the wild teenager that everybody portrayed her to be? You can't do all that when she's not somewhere that she wasn't in the first place. At the end of the day, another innocent life gone. And for what? Greed, money, all that for money. Don't make no sense. And everybody that came close or got close or figured out one little tiny detail, either their YouTube page is being shut down, people being threatened. For what? Because they putting the truth out there? I mean, at the end of the day, what do y'all want us to believe? And if I hear one more time that there was two Kennekas, a Kenneka Martin and a Kenneka Jenkins, I'm going to scream. Because let me explain this one time and one time only. There's only one Kenneka. She used both last names. Okay. Now all this, she got two. It's two of her, and she had to watch the evil clone of herself be killed to make everything right. That's speaking in evil terms, cult terms, as they want to call it. It was only one Kenneka. They were always on. Ooh, don't you do that, Lord? She scared me, y'all. She scared me. But with that being said, y'all, let's just hope we can get to where we need to be and what we need to do to get this up and running and over with. Justice needs to be brought to attention, y'all. It really does, because it's getting crazy and crazy out here every day. You all have a good night. Learning how to stream.